So typically when I'm thinking about a channel, I think about like how I personally interact with it, what's my experience with it, and kind of walk backwards to, try to come to a logical conclusion about the effectiveness. And for Pandora, I use the app. I've listened to the audio ads, the kind of that idea of like you have a captivated audience, right? That's forced to listen to your ad, regardless if they want to or not. Because most people aren't just going to close an app because an audio ad comes on. And then kind of, taking that thought process and then looking at the actual, what they're saying on the back end of, how many people completed listening to it, almost, 98% or something. And it's like, how many of those people actually converted? 80% of our traffic's mobile. So, their attribution should be fairly decent on tracking a user from the app to a conversion. And so it's kind of, combining those two things of, okay, personally, I never close out of an app if an audio ad comes on. I listen to it and I keep going. And then also looking at the data and marrying those two together to kind of get a feeling of, I think this is working. Let's go out and test it and, validate that feeling. I mean, personally, there's so many metrics you can look at, from view completions to reach to engagement rates to, however you want to look at performance. For me, being a performance marketer, I try to pick, 3 or 4 metrics that are really important to me that I can use just to make high level decisions, right? So, if my CPM on Meta is $12, but I'm getting a CPM of $8 on TikTok, probably maybe want to go with TikTok for a reach campaign, or at least test them against each other. Same thing, like obviously from a last click bottom funnel perspective, cost per action, that's kind of
right.
the easiest way to look at things. And then again, it's like, it's nothing's ever set in stone, right? It's one of those things. When I came on, we were still using spreadsheets to try to track all marketing. Then, having to try to aggregate it all and understand it. Eventually the spreadsheets just start crashing because they get so huge. So, I think it was like in around 2016, I was advocating for us to get a BI tool. Our BI tool's Domo had just come out of stealth. We signed up with them, and initially it was just marketing data, and we focused on just bringing in all our marketing data, connecting different channels, getting a holistic view of performance. And so initially that was like all the marketing folks were very happy, right? No more spreadsheets. They can just hop in, they can look at it on their phone. And then that started to permeate the rest of the organization. So now sales wants to get in on it. Operations wants to get in on it. Now it's like we track all the way down to like even lasers. If they have any issues, that goes into a Domo card and populates, so we can understand like operationally, like, what centers have faulty equipment, or, who came in late, who set off the alarm, like just any data point that we can get, we put into our BI tool and leverage it that way.